This is a Compass Liberty 17.5. This is going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker you've got your gas bottle with your gas regulator on top. On the top of the bottle you see the on-off valve. Gas open is gas on and gas close is gas off. Also see in the front locker you've got your spare wheel and your leg winder in the bottom there for stabilising the caravan while it's in sight. You've also then got your second gas bottle tie down where you can carry a maximum of 2 6-kilogram propane gas bottles at any time. When you come around to the side of the caravan, you'll see your wind down leg. First thing you'll see on this side of the caravan, and there's one on the opposite side in the same place also. You've then got your heating and hot water flue. You need to remove this cover prior to igniting anything on gas inside of the caravan. If you leave this cover on, the gas system more than likely won't ignite. You've then got your Acroll and your water pump, so you drop the pump down inside the Acroll itself and drop it right down in the water. It needs to be fully submerged before trying to fill the water system up. At the bottom you've got your water pump connection, which simply pulls out the side of the van and pushes in, and you've got these two tabs here, one at the top and one at the bottom, that locks the water pump in place. Coming down the side of the caravan, you've got your motor mover and wheel nuts. Very simply, torque wheel nuts while you're here on site, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover so you can see it is working correctly. We've then got your toilet flush tank on the side of the van that takes 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use, so you have to put the water in through the top here, and there is a drain for this when you're travelling. I'll show you what that is now. So in the bottom here you've got your toilet waste cassette, but at the top you'll just see this little grey cap here. You pull that little grey cap out and that will allow you to drain down the flush tank up above. At the bottom you've got a yellow handle to pull out the waste cassette. You pull up that yellow handle and pull the cassette towards you. The grey neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. The yellow cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. In the back of the cassette you've got a yellow pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. Going around to the back of the caravan, you'll see your two wind down legs on the rear, and also you'll see your waste water points. So you've got your two grey pipes that go into these larger diameter holes, and they'll drop down inside your waste master for the waste water from the sinks and the shower on board the van. It will not be toilet waste that comes out of here. Coming down the door side of the caravan, at the front you've just got your fridge vent, which are very simple there to take the fridge in. It takes the cool air in. You'll have gas flue behind the cover on the top one. When the fridge is running on gas, you've got a wet storage locker. See any wet items you can put in there when you're travelling. And behind that grey flap there, you'll find a 3-pin socket so you can have power coming out to your awning. You've got your main, your 12-volt battery box with your mains power lead coming into it. You've got your blown air heating vent that comes out to the outside of the caravan, and your barbecue gas point with your last wind down leg on the front left-hand side. Going on to the inside now. As you can see, we're now on the inside of the caravan. First thing I'm going to show you is the main trip switches for the caravan, which are in the wardrobe on the right hand side as you walk towards the front of the van. So just here, I've got your mains fuses, lights, charger and fridge, aircon on the roof, and your sockets for the caravan. On the end here you've got a test switch for your 240 volt power. If you hit the test switch here at the top and this trip switch drops down, it means you have mains power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. So you need to make sure all them switches are up prior to it trying to turn any power on. In the front left hand side of the van, underneath the front seating area, I'm just going to open up this cabinet just here, you will see you also have your 12 volt fuses for the caravan, and these 12 volt fuses are there to run the 12 volt systems on board the caravan. You don't need to do anything with these, but we're just showing you where they are, so if you ever get a problem with them or a fuse pop you can locate them easily. So once you've got all your mains power turned on and you connect to power on site or run off the 12 volt system, you can come over to the master control panel on the right hand side of the van, on the left hand side of the wardrobe as you walk towards the front, and you'll need to put this switch in the down position. This switch is in the down position, you'll have 12 volt power on board the caravan or 240 mains depending on how you're running the caravan. Once you've got your master power on, I'm just going to turn the water pump off for a minute. We're going to go around to all the taps on board the caravan to fill the water system up. and open them all up on the hot side of the water system. So as you can see, we're connected up, we've got the water connected on the outside, and we've got the taps open. We're then going to come to the yellow drain down valve underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan, which is just here underneath the front cabinet, underneath the front seating area. We're going to make sure that valve is flat with the floor as it is at the moment. If that valve is flat with the floor, you'll be able to fill the water system up on board the caravan. Once that valve is flat with the floor, come back to the water pump switch. Like I said, it's all the taps open on the hot side. You'll turn on the water pump and the water system will start filling up. Once the water system is full on board the caravan, you'll have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan. It's going to spit and splatter a little bit to start with. Once it's running continuously, as it is now, you can shut all of the taps back off. We do advise after each time you use the caravan, you open all the taps up in the central position with the water pump turned off, and you open up the yellow valve underneath the seat on the right hand side. Once that water system has completely drained, or once that water has completely drained down, it's ready for winter storage. To warm the water on electric, on the right hand side of the van underneath the front seating area, you'll see this white switch. This white switch is actually to allow the water to warm up on mains power. It is a preset temperature around 35 to 40 degrees, and you need to have it turned on if you're on mains power for it to warm up on the mains. You've also then got your option to run gas for the ultra store, for the water store, so you can actually run the water heater on gas or electric. So you come to this dial on the left hand side here. You'll spin this outer grey dial around to the flame symbol. Green light will appear in the back of here to show that it has ignited on gas. If it fails to ignite, you'll get a red light appearing here, right on cue. And then you'll spin this dial on the outside on gas to control the water temperature. You can have the water temperature between 30 and 70 degrees, depending on how hot you want the water to be. If you want it to be 70 degrees, you select the 70 and away you go. To isolate the gas supply to the water heater, you spin this dial back to the off position, and that is the water heater turned off. Next up, we're going to go to the heating for the caravan. Now, to operate the heating on gas, you have a dial on top of the heater. You'll spin this dial round on top between 9 and 10. Press down the temperature valve, and in the window at the front of the heater, you'll have a pilot light in it. Once it is ignited, you'll slowly release the gas valve after 5 to 10 seconds, then control the temperature of the heater on the dial on top. We'll spin it back to the off position to isolate the gas supply to the heater itself. On the right hand side top of the heater, you've got your option for blown air. So you can have 12 volt blown air, or you can have the heat coming out the front of the heater. You can have continuous blown air if you put this switch over to the wave symbol just here, and then you can control the fan speed on top. And on the right hand side, you've got automatic blown air that cuts in and out with the thermostat on board the caravan. So that's your heating and hot water so far we've been through. Next up, we're going to come to the fridge. The fridge is very simple to use. Dial on the left hand side is your main control for the fridge. So you've got 240 mains just here. And then you've got your temperature control for the fridge on the right hand side. So you can spin the dial around to the min or the maximum to control the fridge temperature. You've then got your 12 volt mode, so you can operate the fridge while you're towing down the road if you have the right connection on your car as a cool box. But you'd need to select the 12 volt mode in here, and you do not need to have the main control panel turned on the right hand side of the van at the front. To operate the fridge on gas, it's self-igniting. So you'll hear it clicking away on the outside. You're pressing the temperature control here and hit the igniter at the same time. Once the fridge ignites on gas, in the back of the fridge, you will see, just through that little window there at the back, a pilot light. That, like I said, that is only when it ignites on gas that you'll see that pilot light. But very similar to the heater, once it does ignite, you're going to continue to hold in the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly release the valve. Have another look to see if your pilot light is still lit. If it isn't, go through the igniting procedure again. If it is, you're good to go and running on gas with the fridge. Microwave, hob, grill and oven, all work very much like your household appliances, no difference at all there. Gas operated, you just need to make sure the gas is turned on in the front locker. Toilet system in the bathroom, you have a pump flush on the toilet just here on top, pump it up and down. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see. Then below the toilet you have your grey waste handle, which you need to open up to allow the toilet waste into the cassette under the van. And when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from the back of the van, you need to make sure it's back in the closed position. One last thing I'm going to show you on the van is how to set the bed up. Set the beds up. At the back of the van here, you've got this pull-out slats that you'll pull out to make the bed up. And then the cushions on either side at the rear of the van will make the bed at the back here. Just put that back for a moment. Then at the front of the caravan, it'll be very much the same thing. You'll pull out the front slats from underneath the front seating area to make the bed up. And again, you'll use the cushions from either side to make that bed up. So this is the Compass Liberte 17.5. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here again on site soon. Thank you for now. Bye bye.